Hey everyone, this is Brian Drury of Overcoming Graduation, and today I wanted to share a lesson about how you can become a teacher. So often we feel like we can't do it, we're not qualified enough, we don't have enough time, but I'm going to share with you how I became a Cuban salsa teacher in just over a year of practicing salsa. Now you may be looking at me and going, he doesn't look like the type to dance salsa. Well, you're judging right there, let me tell you something, but I agree. I don't look like a salsa dancer, but I had always wanted to do it. And so I was living in North Carolina, and for years I'd said, I want to dance, and I never looked up a lesson. I think I took one lesson in my life, in my adult life, and then never did it again. I loved it when I did it, but for some reason I just felt stuck. So all the time that thought would just come and come. I want to dance salsa, I want to dance. And it's like, yeah, one day that'll be cool. Until I finally stopped and said, let me just look it up. Let me just check what's around me. Then all the excuses, right? It's going to be too far. It's going to be too expensive. You don't have time, blah, blah, blah. Till finally, I just got past the excuses. I said, let me just go on meetup.com and search. What did I find? As soon as I finally got out of my way and took 2 minutes to do a Google search, I found there was a place 5 minutes walking from my apartment, $10 per class, and they taught multiple different styles of dance. So I said, okay, this is perfect. And I finally went. And when I went, I fell in love. I had a blast with it. Even in the earliest stages when I had no idea what I was doing, I had so much fun because I was connecting with something I'd always wanted to do. I was engaging different parts of my brain. I was meeting new people. It was brilliant. It was wonderful. And it's such a good thing. And so then over time, I was getting better and better. And eventually my teacher asked me to start teaching the beginner classes. And at first it just started at the actual classes themselves. Hey, can you take those people who are brand new and show them the basic steps? Because I wasn't an expert by any means, and I'm still not. I wasn't a pro by any means, but I just knew just enough more than the people that I was teaching. That I knew how to do the basics and a couple turns. They didn't know anything. So I could teach them and I could show them, and I could help my teacher out so he could focus on the more advanced students and doing some more complicated combos. But then as time went on, I started helping him at events, and I started helping him in a number of different areas. And so now I'm teaching intermediate classes, and all it was being one step ahead. If you've ever seen the movie Catch Me If You Can with Frank Abagnale Jr., and it's actually Leo DiCaprio, that stunning specimen of a man. So Leo was in there, and the story was based on a guy who was a famous con artist, and one of his cons was he pretended to be a professor. People said, how could you do that? How did you know what to teach? And he said, I just needed to be one chapter ahead of the class. So here is why I'm telling you this story. It's not to lie and con, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to get you to be Frank Abagnale Jr. or anything here. But recognizing that you have a lot more to offer people than you think. To have the idea that you need to be a professional competitive salsa dancer who's won multiple world titles in order to teach people is absurd. And so often you get coaches, mentors, people that want to get into the coaching space that think, I have nothing to offer people, but you're 5 years ahead of most people in your journey. Imagine if you could go back to the beginning and give yourself all the insight that you've learned in whatever field of study that you're in now 5 years ago. If you could go back and just help them shortcut it and shave their learning curve, it would be unbelievably valuable. So if you're getting caught up in, I can't be a coach, I'm not experienced enough, I don't have the credentials, I'm not good enough, think about this. Think about being one step ahead. Think about being just far enough ahead that you're able to show them the things you wished you'd known months or years ago. Now you might still be feeling resistance going, listen, I'm not good enough, I'm not experienced enough. Think about if you were in college and you could go back and talk to your younger self in high school, how much insight and knowledge you could share with that person. Think about if you've read 5 books on this topic and someone's read 0, how much you have to offer. Now, understand there are certain areas of life we do need credentials. If you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, yeah, there's certain things you need to do. But if you want to coach somebody in goal setting, in changing habits, if you want to coach somebody in how to dance, you don't necessarily need 15 different degrees in order to do that. So think about where do you have some expertise, and let's use that word lightly. I don't mean you're an expert, but you have expertise. There's a difference. In that, if you have expertise, it means you have a skill set that is unique and valuable to a group. If you're an expert, that means you're an authority in this area. You've practiced it for a significant amount of time. You deliver incredible results. So be careful with calling yourself an expert. I know a lot of people in the coaching space try to do that right off the bat, and it's a dangerous word to use. And it's a word that should only be used in very extreme situations. I like to be the student. I like to be the person who's learning and sharing my lessons as I go. I would never call myself an expert until I achieved a level where it's like you're in the top 10, 5, 1% of what you do. So to call myself an expert after dancing for a year and now that I was teaching, that would be ridiculous. But to say I'm a teacher and I can teach you was totally true. And if someone was beyond my skill set, I could move them up to the teachers that were actually at their skill set and could help them get to the next level. So if you're feeling stuck, what's that thing, what's that area of your life that you can teach and help and support people? And how can you take one step today to get that out there? I know we all have doubt. I know we all have imposter syndrome. We have fears. We have insecurities. But recognize how much value you have to offer when you get out of your own way and think about if you were able to give this info to yourself 5 years ago, how valuable would that have been? I love you all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of this. And I love sharing these messages with you. If this was of value, please like, comment, subscribe so we can get this video out to more people. And also, if there's someone that could benefit from this message specifically, please share the link with them so they can get the insights that you got today. Also, if you'd like help becoming more accountable, getting things done, being more consistent, and joining a group of like-minded individuals who are working on themselves too every single day, I'd love for you to check out the link in the description for Most Productive Hour. It's an accountability group I created to help people become more consistent, more clear on their action steps day to day, get better at goal setting, and get more done in less time. So if you'd like to join that group with minimal time commitment, that's the thing, with minimal time commitment, achieve all of that. If you'd like to join that group, check out the link below. That's overcominggraduation.com/MPH, and I look forward to seeing you in there. That's going to be all for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of this. I'll be talking to you again real soon.